Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead tarot scope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me for your first week ahead tarot scope of 2023. Can you believe it? This week, your key to the week is the Star card. So Aries had this same card in this position, different deck, of course. But what I find really interesting about this is this week for you guys, this is about a hopeful optimism that comes back into your life. So this week, it's not so much about a glimpse in the future. This week for you, the Star card is representing a feeling of hope. It's like you can kind of feel like that hopeful energy in your chest that's kind of stirring. And there's a part of you that's like, I don't know if I trust it. What's going on? Who's this? You know, so in a sense, I actually really like this because it does give me, it does give me a feeling that you've got an optimism or a hopefulness this week, and you have reasons for that. So hold on to it no matter what happens. Don't let it go anywhere. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and options this week, you've got the 9 of Pentacles. So this is really nice, right? What I like most about this is it does suggest that all of the Taurians are getting back to work this week, right? You're here to show up, you are here to do what needs to be done. Now, a part of this is, because remember it is the 9 of Pentacles, which is all about enjoying the finer things in life. It does suggest that a lot of you this week are also taking care of the work-life balance. So a lot of you this week, it's like, yes, I'm going to work hard. Yes, I'm going to do what needs to be done, but I'm actually going to take out some time for myself. So you're carving out a better or a brighter future for yourself by giving yourself some of what you need as well as what you want, right? Which is great. Now, the 9 of Pentacles with the Star card, not only is that hopeful for the future, this is seeing you looking further ahead. So maybe you're planning a holiday, maybe you are planning, like some goal that you have for your personal future. This week you're setting to it, but you're doing it in a way that is kind of very practical and also very slow, steady and maintained, just like the Taurians do. All right, for your communications and conversations, you have the Queen of Wands. I like this, especially for communications, because this week, and this is very interesting to me because I had a really good talk yesterday actually with a Taurus friend. You guys are going to be a lot more vocal this week, right? So it's kind of, it's not that you're shouting at everyone, but you are going to be a lot more sort of, dare I say even a little bit more forceful with your words, with your points, or with getting yourself, or with expressing yourself or getting your words across. The Queen of Wands is a feisty character. She does not hold back. Like, very much what you see is what you get. Like all fire signs, to be fair. And what I like most about this as a communications card, it suggests that the level of the level of communication is speeding up, especially with the Star card. But a lot of the things that you're talking about this week are your plans for the future. So it's like everything that you're wanting to happen this week, you're like laying those communicative, those plans, those foundations through the conversations that you're having. But it's almost like you're exerting more of your own will on the result, as it were. So you're steering the ship, which is great. Now, remember as well, your Queen of Wands can represent a fire sign woman, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. She could be showing up for you this week. You've got this with the Star card. So this is probably somebody that's going to be around for some time, or at least a big part of your future plans. Now, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, again, this is you kind of really commanding your space. It could also be a week where you start to realize, in order to get to where I want to be, I am going to have to start incorporating a group or becoming a bigger part of a network of some kind. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, expect to have not arguments and not even disagreements. Expect to have debates with your superiors this week. You will be able to see a better way to do something. And as I said, because this week you're a lot more vocal, you're a lot more upfront, you're a lot more kind of like, you know, usually Taurus kind of just sits back and says, okay, this is what it is, we'll just work through that. Whereas this week I feel like you're a lot more proactive, and I feel like you're kind of saying, okay, you know what, this is where we're going to lean in, and this is how I can do it better. And just because you're my boss doesn't necessarily mean that you're right, which is fantastic. Right now, when it comes to your those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, this is you going after the markets that you want, right? This is you really starting to think about, who is my audience, who is my target market. You could be connecting with somebody potentially overseas or over the internet, over the airwaves, Zoom, Skype, etc. This week you could be connecting with somebody that is international, that gives you some really good thoughts, really good food for thought, or maybe different perspectives. There's a challenge in this person because they seem to be quite fiery as well, and there's you like really kind of, you know, doing your best to be more vocal and put more of your ideas forward. So this is actually very good because it's challenging you to bring your A game. So for those of you that are business owners, the push is going to give you what you need, right? And then when it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working, I love this for starting to really look at your routines, your habits and your patterns. I wouldn't be surprised as well if this week you have conversations that really highlight to you that you haven't been enjoying yourself as much as you could have. And now you're going to start to get really serious about the quality of life that you have and what you can do to improve that. Get in. For your love and relations, you got the Sun card. No problems in the relationship sector this week, right? So love is good. Dare I say, for some of you, getting back to the honeymoon sort of period, very possible. You've got this with the Nine of Pentacles. That's you and your partner not only enjoying your time more together, but it's potentially you and your partner having a lot more adult playtime together as well. So that could be fun. Now, the Star card coupled with the Sun actually represents astrology. So for those of you that are so inclined, I would check out your weekly astrology. You know, there's lots of people out there that do that at the moment. So check it out, have a look at it just to see what might be enhancing or potentially getting in the way of your relationship. Although with these cards and with the Sun card, I got no problems or issues. For those of you that are single, be open and ready to mingle. There are options, there are opportunities, there is potentially a lot of laughter, a lot of fun, a lot of banter. For some of you, this could be with a fire sign person, very possible. If it is a fire sign person, they're likely to be a Leo. And, you know, even though these are sort of somewhat challenged signs, I actually really like this for you guys because it's like, they give you what you need, right? And vice versa. There could be a lot of fun, there could be a lot of flirty banter, there could be a lot of talking, a lot of chatting, especially if it's online or, you know, on the app or whatever they might be. But either which way, there's some good opportunities that arise for you this week if you are single too. For your money and materials, you have the Emperor. So your Queen of Wands or your fire sign person that you could be talking to is potentially an Aries. Now, what I will say to you is this. When it comes to money, materials, finances, and in specific cash, the Emperor is really about how you get more money out of the establishments or the institutions that you're already tied to. This could actually be a very good week to start planting those seeds with the boss to say, listen, I'm going to need a pay rise at some point. This could also be a really good time to start revising your prices and your finances and your resources to ask yourself, what do I feel would be me being fairly paid moving forward? So you're really getting very clear on this stuff this week and maybe even a little bit more serious about it. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your face, your head, the upper part of your jaw. With this much kind of going on, and I don't mean this in a bad way because I know many Taurians that are very intelligent people, so this isn't a mark against like how smart you are. Stay with me on this. usually Taurus is a very embodied energy, and so you use all of this to do what you need to do. This week it's all going to be here, and so for that reason you might find this is quite a tiring week because you're using a lot more mental energy than anything else. Usually Taurus draws its energy from the body, right? Whereas this week you're going to be asked to draw more of it from the noggin. When it comes to your home and environment, the Emperor for home is about commanding your space. And, you know, that Queen of Wands, this week you could be very, very dominant in your home, right? So if you live with somebody else, just be mindful that there are other people that are around you. But this could be a week where, let's say you're in a relationship, this could be a week where you say, no, that person's not coming to our home ever again. This could be a week where you say, actually, no, we're not buying those things because we end up eating them and they're not good for us. This week, it's like you're really commanding your space and you're not allowing yourself to be budged on whatever it is that you come up with or decide. Go you. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.